There's something unsettling about living in a home that looks fine, but just doesn't feel right. You clean, decorate, follow all the home hacks, yet the space still feels heavy, uninviting, or oddly stagnant. Maybe you've noticed money slips through your fingers faster than it should. Maybe your relationships feel distant, or your health seems to dip without explanation. It's not just stress. It's not just age. Sometimes it's the space itself, quietly shaping your life from the inside out. In my 30 years of working with women across all walks of life, one truth has stood out. Your home is not just where you live, it's where your energy lives. And when that energy is blocked, scattered, or pushed out, it affects every part of you. Not in dramatic, superstitious ways, but in subtle, real-world patterns. A restless night's sleep, tension in conversation, or that nagging sense of why am I always starting over? What if I told you there are 10 small, often overlooked signs that your home might be rejecting the very things you're trying to invite in prosperity, love, and wellness? These signs aren't loud. They don't crash down like a broken pipe or flicker like a faulty light. They show up quietly, in where your mirror hangs, how your stove is positioned, or the corner you haven't cleaned in months. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. Because when you know what's off, you can gently correct it. And when you do, something powerful happens. Your home begins to support you again. In this video, we'll walk through the 10 most common energy blockers hidden in plain sight. We'll explore how they affect your mood, your fortune, and your relationships. And more importantly, how to fix them with small, realistic changes. Let's begin where energy first enters your home, the front door. Sign 1. A mirror facing the front door. Luck comes in, then turns around. You might walk past it every day without noticing. That mirror across from your front door, it seems harmless, decorative even. It reflects the light, opens up the space, makes your entryway look bigger. But here's what most people never realize. That mirror isn't just bouncing back sunlight, it's bouncing back opportunity, energy, momentum, and sometimes the very things you've been trying to attract into your life. A front door is more than just a threshold. In energy flow, it's considered the mouth of the home, the first point where life enters, where intention enters. It's where we greet the day, welcome guests, receive news, and cross between the outside world and the intimate space we call ours. And when a mirror sits directly across from that entry point, it sends a clear message. Subtle, but powerful. Everything that comes in should bounce right back out. Think about it. Imagine someone brings you a gift, steps inside your home, and the first thing they see is themselves. No welcome, no warmth, just a reflection. It's disorienting. It makes people hesitate. Now imagine that someone is good energy, a new connection, or a financial blessing. It approaches your door and sees itself bounced right back. Not invited in, not grounded, just redirected. That's the energetic signal a mirror sends when it faces the door. Not now, not here. You might not feel it immediately, but over time the signs show up. Projects don't get traction, money arrives but doesn't stick. Visitors come, but conversations stay surface level. A general feeling of nothing settles. Life becomes a series of short-term starts with very little follow-through. You're doing all the right things, working, caring, showing up, and yet everything slips away too soon. It's easy to dismiss this as coincidence, but environments speak to our nervous system in ways we rarely acknowledge. When the first thing your home offers is a push away, not a pull in, it creates a subtle but persistent feeling of emotional instability. Your home should ground you, welcome you, say, stay a while. A mirror facing the front door says, move along. For women who have spent decades building a life, raising families, navigating losses, and starting over more than once, this hits somewhere deep. You know what it feels like to carry things that don't settle, to build something only to watch it fade. And while there are many factors that shape our emotional and financial stability, our space should never be one of the things quietly working against us. Here's the thing, this isn't about superstition. It's about energy dynamics. Your home, like your body, has systems of flow. And just like your heart needs open pathways to circulate blood, your home needs open pathways to circulate opportunity. When that flow gets deflected, blocked, or rushed, it shows up in your life. Not dramatically, quietly, consistently, in that low-grade stress, that lingering fatigue, that ache of why does everything feel so hard lately. It's not your fault. You didn't place that mirror with bad intent. Most people do it because they saw it in a magazine, or because the space looked empty, or because it seemed like the design thing to do. But here's what you can do now. Soften the entry, let energy settle. Give good things a place to land. If you can, remove the mirror entirely. Try placing it on a perpendicular wall, somewhere it still reflects light but doesn't aim directly at the door. If removing it isn't an option, soften it. Place a plant in front of it. Drape a sheer scarf. Add a bench that visually breaks the straight line. The goal isn't to eliminate the mirror, it's to redirect the energy. To make the message, come in, stay, this space holds you. You might be surprised at how quickly the energy shifts. People linger longer. Ideas begin to grow. You feel a little more at ease at the end of the day, not knowing why, but feeling it nonetheless. That's how energy works. It doesn't scream, it hums. And when it's off, we ache in places we can't name. When it's right, we breathe easier, even in silence. This change won't fix everything, but it might be the moment your home starts to shift from neutral to nourishing. From holding your past to making space for your next chapter. And for women at midlife and beyond, that chapter deserves peace, deserves flow, deserves to stay. So tonight, when the world grows quiet and the light in your hallway softens, stand at your front door and look. Really look. What greets you? What pushes back? And what would it feel like? Just imagine if luck walked through your door tomorrow morning and for once decided to stay. Sign 2. A stove in full view, your fire can't hold your fortune. There's a reason the kitchen is called the heart of the home. It's where warmth is made, where stories are shared without words, where smells trigger memories and quiet dinners become grounding rituals. But there's something else the kitchen holds, something most people forget. It holds your fire. And when that fire is exposed, rushed, or positioned wrong, it can't protect what it's meant to sustain. Let me ask you this. When you stand at your front door, can you see your stove? Can someone walking by glance through a window or open door and spot the exact spot where your meals are made, where your warmth is generated? It might not seem like a big deal, but the layout of your kitchen, especially the visibility of your stove, could be sending your energy, your money, and your momentum right back out the door. The stove represents more than just cooking. In energetic design, it symbolizes the flow of prosperity, the stability of finances, and the heartbeat of nourishment. When it's placed directly in view of an entryway, especially the front door, it becomes vulnerable. Exposed fire is fire that can't contain. It flares too quickly. It dies out too soon. It doesn't have time to settle, simmer, and support. Imagine lighting a candle on your porch on a windy night. No matter how strong the flame is, it dances and flickers and eventually burns out because there's nothing protecting it. That's what happens when your stove sits in the direct line of traffic, attention, and outside force. The flame can't hold. And when the flame can't hold, neither can wealth, neither can peace. This isn't just symbolic. Over time, the effects show up in real, tangible ways. Bills that pile up even though you're trying your best. Money that comes in but flows out just as fast. A feeling of always being behind, of working hard yet falling short. In some households, it can show up as tension, friction between people who once shared easy meals and open laughter. The kitchen starts to feel like a place of rush, stress, and obligation, not nourishment. For many women, especially those who have spent years providing, caring, managing, it becomes deeply personal. You've spent a lifetime tending the metaphorical fire, making sure others are warm, fed, safe. But when your own home's layout works against that energy, when your stove is visible to every passing glance, it's as if all that warmth you generate has nowhere to stay. It disperses, and eventually so does your energy. This is not about shame. This is not about blame. You didn't design your kitchen to block abundance. In most cases, these layouts are built for convenience or open concept aesthetics. But open doesn't always mean inviting. Sometimes, open means unprotected. And there is a quiet power in learning how to shield your fire so it burns steady and strong. So what can you do? If your stove is visible from the front door or from a major hallway that channels energy straight at it, start by interrupting the line of sight. You don't need a full renovation. A tall plant, a standing screen, even a hanging light fixture, anything that slows the flow and gives the flame a chance to breathe. Consider placing something grounding near the stove. A thick wooden cutting board, a bowl of fruit, a solid ceramic object. These aren't just decorative, they are energetic anchors. They tell the flame, stay, settle, you're safe here. Pay attention to how the space feels while you cook. Are you rushed, distracted, irritated? The stove picks up on that. Try turning on music, dimming the overhead lights, bringing softness back into that moment. Cooking doesn't need to be elaborate to be sacred. Even warming up soup can become a ceremony if your energy is centered and your fire is held. And perhaps most importantly, ask yourself, when did your kitchen stop feeling like yours? Was there a time when it felt like a refuge, like a space where you could exhale? If that feeling is gone, it can come back. But it starts with remembering that fire isn't just for others, it's for you too. You are allowed to have a warm space that holds you, that nourishes you. That keeps what you build and doesn't let it float out the door the moment it arrives. When you protect your stove, you're not just adjusting a layout, you're adjusting a pattern. You're declaring that your home is no longer a pass-through for energy. It's a keeper of it. You're saying, what I give, I deserve to keep. What I earn, I deserve to grow. And the warmth I've tended for everyone else, I'm ready to feel it too. That's the power of your fire. Not flashy, not loud, but steady, consistent, healing. It doesn't need to roar, it just needs to last. So tonight, when the world quiets down and the dishes are done, stand in your kitchen and ask, is my fire safe? Is it held? Is it respected? And if not, what would it take, just one small change, for this space to hold my fortune a little more tightly? Sometimes that's all it takes. One shift, one nudge, one whisper to your home, I'm ready for warmth that stays. Sign 3. Toilet or staircase facing the door, good energy doesn't get a chance. It's one of the most overlooked layout mistakes because on paper it looks fine, practical even. The front door opens and across the hallway there's a bathroom or a staircase leading up. Simple, symmetrical. But when it comes to energy, the kind that builds momentum, supports healing, and anchors prosperity, this setup is quietly working against you. The front door is where energy enters your home. Not just the physical act of coming in, but the symbolic energy that brings news, money, relationships, purpose. It's the start of every cycle. But when that entry point is directly aligned with a toilet or staircase, that energy doesn't get a chance to pause. It's either flushed away or sucked up before it even lands. Let's start with the bathroom. A toilet by design pulls things down and out. It's meant to remove. And when that removing force sits directly across from the entry to your home, it creates a loop where good things come in and are immediately told to exit. No time to settle, no time to nourish. Just in, then gone. Now think of how this shows up in life. You start a new project and it fizzles. You receive a payment, but an unexpected expense wipes it out. A spark of motivation comes and vanishes the next day. It's not laziness. It's not bad luck. It's a flow problem. The momentum never finds a place to land. Now the staircase. Instead of flushing down, it pulls upward. That might sound better, but the effect is the same, dispersal. The energy enters your home and rushes directly upstairs, bypassing the main level, the heart of the home. That means your living room, kitchen, and shared spaces, the areas tied to relationships and resources, get bypassed energetically. The result? It's hard to ground, hard to stay focused, hard to feel like here is enough. This isn't just metaphor. In homes with staircases directly facing the door, I've seen patterns of restlessness. People feel rushed even when there's nothing urgent. There's a constant sense of being on your way out, mentally, emotionally, even financially. You move through life like someone passing through instead of someone building something. And for bathrooms, the patterns are quieter but just as persistent. Leaks, unexpected drains on your time, your money, your energy. People who live in homes like this often say the same thing. I just can't hold on to things. And it's true because the layout doesn't support holding, it supports releasing. And if everything is being released, what's left? Let me be clear, this isn't about fear, it's about design that speaks to how we live. American homes were often built for convenience, not energetic balance. But that doesn't mean we're stuck with what we have. It just means we get to be intentional. And intentionality changes everything. If your toilet is facing the front door, the fix doesn't have to be complicated. A soft curtain can act as an energetic buffer. A standing plant or a screen can slow the line of sight. Even keeping the door closed consistently sends a subtle message. This space protects what comes in. If your staircase is the issue, consider placing something weighty at the base, like a low bench, a thick rug, or a large plant. Something that signals pause, that invites the energy to settle before it moves. You might also use warm lighting or artwork on the adjacent walls, something that brings attention to the space, rather than letting the eye and energy rush upward without noticing. More than anything, though, take a moment to feel into your home. Stand at your front door. What's the first thing you see? Does the space feel like an invitation or a corridor? Are you pulled inward or pushed forward? Sometimes the smallest changes bring the deepest sense of peace. A door kept closed, a curtain added, a chair turned slightly. What matters isn't perfection, it's presence. When your home stops flushing away or scattering the good, you begin to feel the difference. You wake up calmer, you make decisions with less anxiety. You begin to trust that what's meant for you will stay long enough to grow. And in a world that moves faster every day, having a home that says, "You're safe to land here," is no small thing. So tonight, as you turn off the lights and settle in, ask yourself, does my home hold what I bring in, or does it let it slip through? And if the answer is the latter, maybe it's time to shift just one thing. One soft signal that says, from now on, good energy has permission to stay. Sign 4. Dark, damp corners your home can't breathe there. Every home has them, corners we don't think about. The one behind the bookshelf, the space under the stairs, that forgotten gap between the cabinet and the wall, places where light doesn't reach. Places we rarely clean, never decorate, and somehow never notice until we do. And by then the air is heavy, the mood is low, and the energy feels stuck. At first it might seem harmless, a little dust. Maybe it smells musty after a rainy week. Maybe the light bulb nearby has been out for months, but you haven't replaced it because you never really go over there. But in the language of energy, those spaces are not empty. They are full of what's been left behind, full of breath that never got to exhale. Think about the human body. When a lung can't expand fully, the body struggles. The breath gets shallow. The fatigue creeps in. You move slower, think less clearly, feel more fragile. A home is the same way. It needs space to breathe, corners to circulate, light to move, and when parts of it sit in darkness, dampness, and neglect, your whole life begins to reflect that constriction. I've sat with so many women who say the same thing. I just feel stuck. I can't focus anymore. It's like the air in my home weighs more than it used to. They think it's age or stress or hormones, but sometimes it's just this: your home can't breathe. And when your home can't breathe, neither can you. Dark, damp corners are magnets for stagnation. Energy pools there like water in a gutter that never drains. It doesn't just sit, it spreads, slowly, invisibly. You might not notice it at first, but your body does, your emotions do. Suddenly, you're more irritable, more forgetful, more tired by 3 p.m. than you used to be after a full day. These spaces aren't just physical, they are symbolic. They become holding zones for old stories, unfinished thoughts, and emotional clutter you didn't even know you were keeping. That corner behind the couch where no light reaches, it might be holding years of things unsaid. That cabinet above the fridge you never open, it might hold the residue of decisions delayed. Your space remembers what you don't, and it's not about perfection. This isn't about keeping a spotless house or chasing aesthetic trends. It's about life force, breath, the silent invitation your home gives to energy every day. Come in, stay, flow. When certain corners block that flow, they become energetic blind spots. You stop seeing them, but they keep shaping how you live, how you feel, and even how you love. So what do? Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. Pick one corner, just one. Maybe the one closest to where you sleep, or the one near the front door. Bring light to it. Literally, turn on a lamp, open the curtain, wipe the surface. Add something alive, a plant, a candle, a photo that still makes you smile. You're not redecorating, you're resuscitating. Next, notice how it feels the next time you walk past it. Do you breathe a little deeper without meaning to? Do your shoulders relax? That's energy responding to attention. That's the corner releasing what it's been holding for too long. If the corner is damp, use salt. A small bowl of sea salt can absorb the weight in the air. Add a few drops of eucalyptus or rosemary essential oil if you like. The scent cuts through heaviness like opening a window on a stale day. If the space smells musty, don't just mask it, clean it. Move things, let air move too. And here's something I want you to know, it's not silly to feel emotional while doing this. You might cry, you might remember something you hadn't thought about in years. You might suddenly want to change more than just the corner. That's okay. When a space has been stuck and you finally breathe life into it, it breathes something back. These corners don't just affect your home, they affect your confidence, your creativity, your clarity. When energy has nowhere to go, it circles, it loops. It traps you in old habits, repeated thoughts, constant fatigue. That's why so many women describe midlife not just as a physical transition, but as a kind of invisible suffocation. It's not them. It's their space saying, I need to breathe. And the beauty is you don't need to move. You don't need to start over. You just need to look differently at the space you already live in. To see not just walls and furniture, but memory, movement, breath. You can open a window in your home without opening a single pane of glass. You just need to clear what's blocking the invisible flow. So tonight, before you go to bed, find one dark, forgotten spot. Touch it, light it, thank it, and then shift something. Dust, sweep, light a candle, let it know, you're seen, you matter, you can breathe now. Because when your home breathes again, you do too. Sign 5. A stopped clock time is stuck, and so are you. It doesn't seem like much. A clock on the wall, a quiet one, not ticking, not moving, not bothering anyone. Maybe it stopped weeks ago and you meant to change the battery but forgot. Or maybe it's been like that for months, so long that you stopped noticing. You walk past it every day, the hands frozen in place. But here's what no one tells you when time stands still on your wall. Something inside you slows too. In homes where clocks have stopped, I often find the same story playing out. A sense of being stalled. The to-do list grows but rarely gets finished. Ideas stay ideas, projects never quite move. You feel mentally cluttered but emotionally numb, like you're living on pause, and you can't quite explain why. That's because your space is always speaking to your nervous system, even when you're not listening. A clock that doesn't move sends a silent message, repeating itself all day long. It whispers, nothing's changing, nothing's moving forward, nothing's happening. And even though it's quiet, that whisper becomes a belief, especially for women in midlife. This kind of subtle stagnation can feel deeply personal. After decades of caretaking, building careers, surviving heartbreak, and showing up for everyone else, you reach a point where you wonder, what about me? What's next? But when your environment is full of stillness, when your walls mirror indecision and pause, it becomes harder to imagine momentum. You're not stuck because you've done something wrong. You're stuck because the signals around you keep reinforcing that nothing is moving. The stopped clock is one of the most symbolic items in any home. More than daycare, it's a statement. And whether you're aware of it or not, your body tracks the stillness. Your inner rhythm, the one that used to get excited about morning light or the thrill of new plans, starts to dim. That's why in many homes with non-working clocks, you'll often find low energy, trouble waking up. A foggy feeling in the afternoon, the sense that you're behind but not sure what you're trying to catch up with. And then there's the emotional weight. We tell ourselves it's just a broken clock, but the deeper truth is, it's a symbol of something we haven't wanted to face, that somewhere time stopped. Maybe it was a loss, a move, a moment when you gave up on a dream without realizing. Maybe it's the grief of aging or the quiet fear that your best years are behind you. Whatever it was, the clock froze and part of you did too. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Start by asking yourself a gentle question. When did this clock stop, and what was I feeling then? The answer might surprise you. It might bring a wave of memory or emotion. Let it. That's energy moving. That's your system trying to come back online. Now take the clock down. Don't rush to fix it. Just hold it. Look at it. Notice the time it froze at. Notice how that number feels. Maybe it was 3:27, maybe it was 7:05. Let your body respond. Do you feel tension, a sense of loss, or maybe a strange kind of peace? All of it is valid. If the clock is meaningful to you, fix it, clean it, replace the battery. Hang it in a place where you can see it move again. Let its rhythm become your reminder. Time is flowing. So can you. But if the clock no longer fits your life, or if it holds a story you're ready to release, let it go. Donate it, recycle it, replace it with something that speaks of life, not pause, a photograph from a moment of joy, a small plant, a piece of art that makes you feel open again. You're not throwing away time, you're choosing to start it again. The moment you shift this, just this one object, something begins to change. You might wake up feeling lighter. You might suddenly have the energy to clean out that drawer or write that email you've been putting off. You might find yourself saying yes to something new. Not because of magic, because of movement, because your home is no longer echoing stillness back to you. And no, this isn't about rushing or forcing a new chapter. It's about allowing it, creating a space that doesn't hold you hostage in a version of your past, but invites you gently toward what's next. There's a difference between rest and stagnation. One heals you, the other slowly wears you down. A stopped clock may seem like rest, but really it's a symbol of suspended energy, of time not flowing, and life in its deepest wisdom always flows. So tonight before bed, take one last look at the clocks in your home. Which ones are still ticking? Which ones are frozen in time? What parts of you are asking to move again? And what would it feel like to finally let them? Because you are not out of time. You're right on time, once you allow time to start again. Sign 6. Dead or dying plant's growth has left the room. You bought it with the best of intentions, a small plant, something green, something living. Maybe it was a gift. Maybe it was a moment of hope, something to brighten the windowsill, to bring life into a corner that felt a little too quiet, and for a while it worked. But then the leaves began to yellow. The soil stayed damp too long or dried out too fast. You meant to fix it. You meant to water it. But days passed, then weeks, and now it sits there, curled inward, still in its pot, but no longer alive. Most people think dead plants are just sad, a little ugly, a chore they haven't gotten around to. But what they don't realize is that every lifeless plant in your home is quietly sending a message, not just to the space, but to you. Plants are a reflection of life force. They take in light and they give back air. They ask for care and reward it with growth. When a plant thrives in your home, something in you feels awake. The green reminds you of seasons, cycles, forward motion. But when a plant dies, especially when it's left in place long after the last leaf has withered, it doesn't just stop growing. It stops you from growing too. It becomes a symbol of neglect, not always intentional neglect. Sometimes it's just life. Things got busy, emotions got heavy, but still there it is. A quiet reminder every time you pass by of something you once tended and then abandoned. And here's where it gets deeper. In many homes, the dying plant isn't just anywhere. It's often in a corner once meant for joy, near a reading chair, on a kitchen counter, beside a window where light used to pour in. Over time, the corner dims, not just visually but energetically. It no longer feels like a place where things grow. It becomes stagnant. You begin to avoid it, not consciously, but emotionally. And before long, that single dead plant isn't just Dacre gone wrong. It's a space where hope went quiet. And yet, you leave it there, not because you don't care, but because part of you recognizes it. Maybe you've been feeling a little like that plant, still standing, still here, but not quite thriving. There's something powerful about that recognition, because the moment you see it, you have a choice. You can ignore it, let it stay. Pretend it doesn't mean anything. Or you can take a breath, walk over, pick it up, and say out loud or in your heart, "I'm ready for something that lives." The act of removing a dead plant is deceptively simple, but what it signals is profound. It says, I choose growth, I choose movement. I choose to tend again to something real, something alive, even if it's small, especially if it's small. And you don't need to replace it with something complicated. A hardy plant, a fresh cutting, even a bowl of fruit or a clear glass of water placed in the same spot. These are signals to your space that you're open again, that you're willing to try again, that the room still has light left in it. This isn't about having a green thumb, it's about attention, about presence. Dead plants show us where our energy has gone passive, where our hope has dimmed, where we've been surviving but not feeding ourselves in return. For women who have spent decades feeding others, keeping things running, holding it all together, a single dying plant can feel strangely personal. It says, "You've given so much outwardly, there's no light left for your own corners." But it doesn't have to stay that way. One plant, one change. That's all it takes to shift the message in your home from "this is where things wither" to "this is where things come back to life." So tonight, when the house is quiet and the TV's off and there's nothing left to do, look around. Find the one plant you've stopped seeing and ask yourself gently, what part of me stopped growing when this did? Then take it outside, thank it, let it go, and in its place invite something new, not perfect, not delicate, just alive. Because you deserve a home that reminds you every day that life still moves forward, that growth is still possible, and that no matter how long a room has sat still, the moment you choose to tend to it again, something begins to bloom, even if it's just you. Sign 7. Cracked mirror, a fragmented reflection shapes the mind. There's a mirror in your home that you once loved. Maybe it hung in the hallway, framed in gold or wood, catching the morning light just right. Maybe it was in your bedroom, a quiet companion to your routine. But now there's a crack, thin at first, a single line like a scar. You told yourself it wasn't a big deal, you'd fix it later. But later never came, and the mirror stayed cracked but still hanging. The longer it stays, the more it becomes invisible. You stop noticing the flaw. You brush your hair, adjust your shirt, and move on. But somewhere inside, the message takes root. I see myself broken. And the mind, in its quiet wisdom, listens. A mirror isn't just glass, it's a symbol of identity, of self-regard, of the story we tell ourselves when no one's watching. When that reflection is fractured, even subtly, it sends a message that something in you isn't whole. And over time, that message doesn't stay in the mirror. It moves into how you speak to yourself, how you carry yourself, how you see your own worth. Especially for women in midlife and beyond, the mirror becomes more than utility. It becomes a witness. To the years that passed, to the lines that deepened, to the beauty that now lives in softness, not symmetry. And when the witness itself is damaged, something inside begins to question, am I less whole too? Most people don't realize how much a cracked mirror shapes the energy of a space. It splinters light, it distorts form, it reflects the world not as it is, but as something broken, divided, unstable. And that distortion becomes part of the home's emotional tone, a subtle tension, a slight unease, a sense that something is not quite right even if everything else seems fine. You may feel it as indecision, restlessness, a harder time concentrating, or a gentle, persistent self-doubt that wasn't always there. All symptoms of being mirrored back in pieces instead of in truth. But here's the most important part. This is not permanent. A cracked mirror can be removed, replaced, or sometimes even healed. Start with a pause, go to the mirror, don't look at your face yet, just look at the crack, trace it with your eyes. Ask yourself, when did this happen? Not just the break in the glass, but the break in attention. The moment you let it stay. What was going on in your life then? What had shifted? What were you holding together so tightly that you didn't notice something else had fractured? That moment matters, because that's when you stopped seeing the mirror as a reflection of you and started seeing it as just another object. But the mirror remembers, and so do you. If the mirror is beyond repair, take it down gently. Wrap it in care. Let it go with gratitude, not guilt. It served you once, and now you're ready for something that reflects who you are today, not who you were when it cracked. If you wish to keep it, and if the crack is small, you can symbolically soften it. Place a cloth or ribbon across the damaged section. Hang greenery nearby. Use light strategically to minimize distortion. But be honest with yourself. Can you truly see yourself fully with it still there? Sometimes the deeper act of self-respect is letting go. And in doing so, you tell your space and yourself this simple truth: I deserve to be reflected whole. The replacement doesn't need to be fancy. A mirror from the thrift store, a piece inherited from a loved one, even a small round one that fits in the palm of your hand. What matters isn't the mirror, it's what it reflects back. Softness, dignity, continuity, you. Because you are not broken, you are not the line running down the glass. You are the person who notices, who chooses, who clears what no longer serves and invites something clearer in. And when you shift this, when your home begins to reflect a whole, gentle, grounded image, everything else starts to soften too. Conversations get easier. Self-talk becomes kinder. That subtle fog in the mind begins to lift. You start dressing differently, walking differently, not to impress, but to align. A cracked mirror might seem like Dacre, but it's really a boundary issue, a moment when you allowed something damaged to keep representing you. And by changing it, you reclaim more than a view, you reclaim your voice. So tonight, when the house is still, walk to that mirror. Look not just at your reflection, but into your own eyes. Ask yourself, am I seeing my truth or someone I've outgrown? Then decide gently but clearly what stays and what gets to be replaced by something whole. Because you deserve to be seen clearly, even if it's just by yourself, especially then. Sign 8. Sharp corners pointing at beds or sofas. Sleep is never deep. You've likely never thought about it, that edge of the dresser, the corner of the nightstand, the point of a table that seems to aim unintentionally toward where you sleep or sit. It's just furniture, you tell yourself, just angles and lines. But night after night, you wake up tired. You fall asleep, but you don't stay asleep. You rest, but you don't recover, and you can't quite explain why. Here's the truth most people overlook. Sharp corners don't just shape space, they shape energy. And when those corners point directly at where you lie down to rest or sit to relax, your body never fully lets go. The nervous system stays alert, just enough to keep you from falling into deep, healing stillness. The kind of rest that restores your cells, not just your schedule. In energy-conscious design, these sharp, pointed corners are called poison arrows. The name sounds dramatic, but the effect is quiet. Subtle, you don't feel pain, but you feel pressure, an unease you can't place, a tension you carry in your shoulders even after hours of lying still. You toss, you turn, you wake up without remembering your dreams. It's not insomnia, it's interruption. Think of it this way: the body wants to feel safe before it sleeps. It scans the room, every sound, every shadow, every shift in temperature. But when a hard, angular edge is aimed toward the body, especially near the head, heart, or back, it triggers a sense of low-grade defense. Not panic, not fear, just readiness, as if something might be coming, even when you're perfectly alone, and it's not just about sleep. Sofas, too, carry this weight. If the sharp end of a cabinet or the edge of a nearby surface points toward where you usually sit, you may notice you never quite relax. You check your phone more. You shift positions often. You leave the room earlier than you meant to. The space doesn't hold you, it edges you out. Literally. This affects more than mood. Over time, the lack of true rest builds up. You start to feel more forgetful, more easily overwhelmed. The little things feel heavier. You drink more coffee, but it doesn't help. You go to bed earlier, but it doesn't make a difference. You start to wonder if it's age, or hormones, or stress. But sometimes it's the furniture. And here's the hardest part. You likely set up the room with love, with intention. You thought about balance, access, even beauty. You placed the nightstand close so you could reach your water. You angled the dresser so the walkway felt open. You did everything right. But the angles tell another story. This isn't about blame, it's about awareness. Once you notice the arrows, you can soften them, and that changes everything. So how do you begin? Start by standing in your bedroom doorway. Let your eyes trace the lines. What corners face your bed? Where do they aim? Even a small edge, like the corner of a picture frame or a mirror, can have an impact if it's directly aligned with where your head rests. Then go to the living room. Sit on your couch. What's facing you? Is there a table corner pointed at your rib cage? A cabinet edge aimed at your back? Once you see it, you can shift it. You don't have to buy new furniture. Just reposition. Angle the nightstand slightly. Add a soft plant in front of the dresser's edge. Drape a fabric over the corner of a frame. Round the message the room is sending. If you can't move the item, cushion it. A tall leafy plant, a stack of soft books, even a small pillow placed at the edge. You're not hiding the corner, you're buffering its signal. You're telling your body, it's safe now, you can rest. And once the corners soften, you might find your dreams return. Your shoulders drop. You start waking up before your alarm, feeling not wired, but refreshed. It's subtle, but real. This matters deeply for women at midlife, because rest at this stage is more than recovery, it's renewal. It's how we access clarity, decision-making, even emotional resilience. When you sleep poorly, your day loses color. When you rest fully, your whole life regains dimension. So tonight, before you climb into bed, do one small thing. Run your hand along the nearest piece of furniture. Trace the edges, feel what points where. Then shift one. Just one, a few degrees, a few inches, enough to change the message. Because when the sharp corners in your home stop aiming at you, your body stops preparing for battle, and finally it begins to rest, and perhaps to heal. Sign 9. A road or pathway pointing straight at your door. Nothing stays long. You've probably driven by houses like this before. The street runs straight like a stretched out ribbon. At the very end of it, a home, directly in the path. The front door becomes a target, clean, centered, aligned. At first glance, it feels powerful, strong, but for the people living inside, there's often another story. Because when energy comes too fast, too directly, too forcefully, it doesn't settle. It rushes in and it rushes out. Nothing stays long, not money, not peace, not connection. Just like a gust of wind down a hallway, it sweeps everything with it. What's left behind is a strange emptiness, a house that's full but never quite feels held. The front door is not just an entrance, it's a filter, a gate, a place where energy transitions from out there to in here. But when a road or walkway points straight at it like an arrow, the house loses that boundary. It stops filtering. Energy doesn't arrive, it invades. And over time, that shows up in your life. You may notice plans that start with promise but don't finish. Relationships that spark but fade. Money that comes in but feels spent before you can even hold it. Emotions that flicker through you too fast to understand. A life that moves but never anchors. You may feel like you're always beginning again. For many women, this is maddening. You've worked hard. You've done the inner work. You've organized, sacrificed, and tried to stay positive. But still, it feels like the good things don't stay. As if the universe is giving, but your house is quietly saying, I can't hold this. It's not you, it's the flow. Think of your home like a bowl. It needs curve, pause, soft resistance. When the front of the house faces a direct road, especially one that slopes downward toward it, the bowl cracks. Energy doesn't swirl, gather, or root. Spills. This isn't about superstition. It's about momentum. We understand this instinctively in nature. Water that flows straight into a space without obstruction causes erosion. Noise that comes unfiltered creates tension. Light that glares too hard into a room makes us squint, not settle. So what can you do when the road won't move, but you still want your life to breathe again? Start by softening the direct line. If you live at the end of a street or a straight path, look at your entryway. What's the first thing energy hits when it arrives? Can you add something that invites pause? A small tree, a curved path, a round stepping stone. Even a wind chime or hanging planter can interrupt that harsh line, breaking the rush and giving energy a moment to rest. Inside, consider placing a soft rug just past the door. One that literally says, slow here, stay here. Place a rounded table or a tall plant nearby, not to block, but to cradle. You're not closing the door to life, you're asking it to linger. And if you're still unsure whether this applies to you, ask yourself this. What have I struggled to hold onto this year? A relationship, a sense of peace, a dream you've started over with more times than you can count. Sometimes the answer is an effort, it's redirection. Because life doesn't just give you things, it flows through you. And your home decides how long that flow stays. You deserve a home that doesn't just invite, but embraces. That doesn't just receive, but roots. That turns arrival into belonging. So tonight, step outside, stand in front of your door, look at the path that leads to it, and ask, does this welcome what I want to stay, or does it rush it away? Then take one small step to soften that path, a light, a curve, a symbol, something that whispers, "This is a place where good things rest." Because when the road no longer points like an arrow, your heart stops feeling like a target, and suddenly what comes in stays. Sign 10. A neglected corner once meant for love, now cold, now silent. Every home has a corner like this. Once it was something special, a place you created with care, a pair of chairs facing each other, a reading nook with soft light, a small table once set for two. Maybe it was where your child used to draw, where you once listened to records, or where the dog used to curl up beside someone you miss. But now it's still, not peaceful, just paused, cold in a way that has nothing to do with temperature, silent in a way that no sound can fix. At first, you told yourself it was just a shift. Life got busy, people grew, things changed, but time passed and the corner stayed untouched. The cushion flattened, the books gathered dust, the photos faded, and without meaning to, you began to avoid that part of the room, not obviously, just quietly, your body turning before your mind even noticed. Because a space built on connection can't stay neutral. It either nourishes love or remembers its absence. And when it sits too long in that remembering, the energy there changes. It becomes hesitant, hollow, like a breath held too long. Neglected corners like this don't just store memories. They begin to affect your present. You may feel lonely even in a full house, disconnected even from yourself. It's not depression, it's spatial grief. A mourning that never made it to language. You don't cry, but you stop laughing. You don't collapse, but you stop dancing. You keep going, but you stop arriving. The saddest part, you may have believed it was you, that you became less joyful, less romantic, less engaged, but often it's just that your space stopped inviting you. That one corner, the one you once built for love, went quiet, and no one taught you how to bring it back. But it's not too late. You don't need to erase the past, or pretend you're someone else now. You just need to listen, to walk over, to sit down even for a minute and ask that space, what were we before we stopped? Then make one change, not to forget, but to reawaken, bring warmth back, a lamp with amber light, a blanket that feels like memory but without the ache. Music, even silence if it's soft enough. Rearrange the chairs, add something green, hang something new on the wall. Not to cover the old story, but to write the next line. Sometimes reclaiming a space for love doesn't mean bringing someone else in. It means returning to yourself. Saying, this corner still has room for me, that you're allowed to feel again, to want again, to believe that comfort and connection and even beauty are not behind you. And if this space was once shared with someone who's no longer here, let it become a place of honoring, not absence. Let it hold memory without becoming a memorial. Let it evolve with you. Because when you reclaim a corner built for love, you reclaim the part of you that created it in the first place. The part that still hopes, still softens, still wants to feel held. So tonight, walk over, touch the chair, dust the lamp. Let your presence be the first warmth that corner has felt in a long time, and whisper to it, if only in your mind, you're not cold anymore, and neither am I. Final, so many of us live our lives surrounded by what we've learned to tolerate. A broken mirror, a dying plant, a clock that stopped ticking months ago, and we call it normal, we call it home. But your space remembers everything. It holds your pace, your patterns, your pauses. It holds the years when you were too tired to rearrange the furniture, and the mornings when sunlight almost made you believe in new beginnings again. What we've explored together wasn't just design. It wasn't about being perfect or having the trendiest home or creating magazine pages out of real life. It was about noticing, slowing down enough to say this space is part of my healing or my holding pattern, and then gently asking which one is it today. Every cracked mirror, every dark corner, every sharp edge, it all speaks, not to shame you, but to remind you you are not stuck. Things can move again, and they begin moving, not when the world changes, but when you touch one corner differently. Shift one object, light one candle, water one plant, and sometimes that shift is all it takes to remember I still matter. My energy still shapes my space, and my space can still shape who I'm becoming. If something in you stirred during this journey, if a quiet recognition rose, if you whispered, "That's me," once or twice, then thank you. Thank you for staying, for listening, for caring enough about your own well-being to begin here at home. You don't have to fix it all today, or this week, or even this year. Just promise yourself one thing. Don't let the spaces you live in forget who you truly are. And tonight, before the lights go out, may you walk through your home not as a woman overwhelmed by what's out of place, but as a woman slowly reclaiming her place in it. Thank you for being here. And may your home begin to breathe again with you.